Hi everybody, welcome back to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way. And actually I said welcome back. If this is your first time catching us, hey, welcome. So we play D&D our way, and we are on session 192 of the mainline story of the champions that make up the heroes that make up the story, the Crass Menagerie. They have recently been spaghettified and plane shifted and made their way out of the twisted realms of chaos that had been bleeding in to the material plane. As with research and discovery, they surmised that there had been rips and tears in the fabrics of the material reality that seemingly linked themselves to the outer, which my players had learned, the most outer realm of reality and existence that seems to be known, the realm of chaos. This whirling mass of chaos that seems to engulf all the other realms and reality, and as dangerous and as chaotic and as maybe perceived as evil as the realm is, it plays perhaps the most vital and crucial role of all the realms, in that it is the firewall, it is the kill plane, it is the no pass zone that protects the rest of all creation and realities and planes from any other influence that could be beyond trying to enter. However, that's a little lore dump that my players may have forgotten, but hey, felt like giving it. The Crass Menagerie, in times of recent, had ventured to the ruins of Greenhill that had been torn asunder by the ritual that they had stopped, and went in deep, linked up with their old companion Marb, spent some time with Julian and his crew, which now they have a skyship, and worked with Wiggs as well. All this being said, they ventured deep and they found the Mage Tower deep within the ruins of Greenhill. This Mage Tower had always been there, but they had never recognized it as a Mage Tower due to a glamour spell that was placed upon it, and they had actually been inside of it before. We don't need to go into those details. But with all this, they found the Mage Tower proper, entered the Mage Tower proper, and introduced themselves and met the Guardian, the spirit, the entity that calls the Mage Tower itself home, and the Mage Tower itself, Magnus. Magnus has then been dubbed by Allegretto, and Magnus is the greatest name ever given to anything in all creation, and therefore Magnus is the greatest thing that has ever been, according to Magnus. The Crass Menagerie had revealed some dark secrets to Rocket's past. Rocket being a powerful wizard from centuries ago, and his traveling companion was the same traveling companion as their buddy Rock, Tabard the Tabaxi wizard. Turns out that Tabard had sacrificed themselves to stop their best friend Rocket from doing something insane, and in his attempts to stop Rocket, gave.
Caden, right? Not Tabard.
I said Tabard. I am so sorry. Yes,
I was
Caden.
confused. I was like,
They are
Tabard
both.
sacrificed himself?
No, sorry. They are both Tabaxis. I was literally sorry. That's on me. I had been catching up on some of the lore elements, trying to build out the next parts of what you guys are doing, trying to refresh my mind since we've been, on break for a while. Caden. Sorry, Caden. Both Tabaxis. That's kind of funny. Yeah, Caden misspoke. Rocket's best friend Caden, was used and was trained and was able to stop Rocket from pursuing a goal and an ambition that was far too grand. But part of Rocket's goals, or system of goals, where he managed to create a means to merge essentially the clone spell and augment it in such a way that he could transfer himself to a different body that he had created for himself. And he was defeated multiple times, and he would always be resurrected and reincarnated or recloned, however, in a different form. So it was very difficult to track him, and he was able to figure out what form best suited him for his needs. One of the forms these empty vessels, these clones that was not utilized, was that of Rock. Rock being the turtle version. This was all uncovered, and Rock is not taking this very well. So we will leave it at that. However, at the mission at hand, the Crass Menagerie needed to go in and fix these tears in reality. So they ventured in, and with the permission of Magnus, who is the keeper of the Mage Tower, they ventured into the teleportation nexus, a room that Magnus was unable to sense. He is able to feel and sense everything that is a tower, since he and the tower are intrinsically one, and this scared him. But he agreed to allow the Crass Menagerie to venture into basically his nightmare and figure out what is happening. There, the Crass Menagerie ventured and eventually went into the realm of chaos proper, where after conflicts with some sloths, they were dragged into another section of that reality. They managed to defeat a Hecaton Chaos Spawn Pyres, which Al uncovered was the the many people that were sacrificed in the ritual in Green Hill that they pretty much stopped. But they still ventured into the realm of chaos and were warped and utilized by the Mad Titan himself to create this monstrosity. As a result of defeating the Hecaton Pyres, my players got a permanent Chaos Surge subclass buff, which they had a lot of fun, I think, picking, which resulted in, hey, we're breaking the rules here. Based on whatever class my players have, they were able to take the first subclass level feature that they would be able to get from the same subclass or a different subclass of their same class. So a wizard would be able to take a level 1, a cleric would be able to take a level 1, fighters level 3, bards level 3, etc., etc., warlord level 2. And they picked and choose, and there were some really cool choices. As they managed to leave the Chaos Realm, they found themselves utilizing Al's ability to forge and craft teleportation circles and Ben's ability to plane shift. However, the teleportation circles were not as useful because they realized that if they were going to teleport to the teleportation circle that Al was drawing, they would just teleport right back to where they were. So they used the other teleportation circle that they understood and where their allies laid at the Court of Stars, and Ben initiated his best attempt to plane shift them out of the realm of chaos. They spaghettified, they got flung, they all, not knowing to them, they all had different visions and glimpses of their past or their future or the reality or some significant contract or significant aspect would be awakened and unlocked in them. Al went face to face with this entity known as the Mangler. Davis was face to face with cosmic celestial constellation like entities. Karos met an infinite versions of themselves, and Ben got to meet his mother. She got to embrace her child for the first time. And then they found themselves plummeting hard, rapidly descending to, as gravity, grasped our players, hurling them to what was below them, which is earth and stone and ground. However, not in the location where they had originally were hoping to be teleported to, grasping at roots and vines and whatever they could dig their hands in. Davis rolling a natural 20, firmly finds a handhold and manages to quickly grasp the still unconscious Rock, with all of his other friends managing to somewhat grasp and hold on and find some kind of purchase on the side, the underbelly of floating Earth mode. As they take a moment to take in their surroundings, still their hearts beating fast, they can hear it in their inside their heads. They can taste that the sweat and the adrenaline through their bodies. We pick up with our players dangling off the side of some Earth motes, not in the Court of Stars, but probably above where they recently were. So, kind of a go around. you guys. What do you guys want to do? What's happening? Davis, you are clutching on to the unconscious rock.
So heavy.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got the two, and you got two of the stones
Yeah.
slabs from the competition slapped to your back. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You are struggling. You got it.
Yeah,
You're
it
struggling.
is heavy. I can't. I need to refresh my foundry. Yeah, I'll try and get us onto more stable ground. You know, somewhere I'm not dangling.
Okay. I'm going to allow you to do this as a straight roll, not at disadvantage because you rolled the natural 20. Because you have the slabs on your back.
Oh yeah.
You are doing it with one arm, essentially, trying to heave rock and yourself. So, straight roll.
Athletics.
Athletics, yes.
Okay.
Unless if you can think of something else.
I mean that's my best thing anyway. So.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, 12.
Well, not good, not good. So, in this moment where you're holding on, so focused, you feel yourself. You have to choose: are you holding on to rock, or are you holding on to the earth moat?
I gotta hold on to rock. So.
All right. So with that, Davis, you know that moment of instinct comes in, and you were not letting go of your friend. So you feel your fingers slipping, losing grasp on the vines, on the roots, on the ground that is, elevated in the sky. And then you feel gravity take you, and you start to, and you reach over, kind of roll, grab both hands onto rock, and you find yourself plummeting down with your friend.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Which way are they going? Are they going towards the
Yes.
moat that we were on, or they're going towards the ground?
It looks like I'm not gonna make you do a perception. Well, no, you did just get spaghettified. Yeah, give me a perception check. I maybe survival if you wish, since you're kind of familiar with how crazy this area was. Whatever you prefer.
I'll perceive.
Okay, got it. Yeah, y'all have been exposed to some of the wonkiness here, so survival.
Not bad. Not bad.
24.
24. They happen to. You all kind of happen to emerge under the underside of one of these earth moats. You're like on the side, kind of hanging on. So if Davis is going to let go, and which he is, yeah, he's going down. There is no gravity well to catch him that you can perceive for the 24.
All right. Karis will say, "I'll get him," and and jump off.
Okay.
And likely because of how physics work,
Mm-hmm.
he'll have to use a key point to catch up to them.
Key point?
Otherwise, we probably just not key point.
Did you multi-class and not tell us?
Yes, I am. God, what a sad multi-class. One level of monk.
Yeah.
No.
Oof.
I wouldn't be able to. My wisdom's too low.
It's true.
But
So
you
yeah, I burn a
Side eye.
side eye.
side eye to help speed up to get to them.
Gotcha. So you see it, and for we'll just say like Benatar, or Ben, not Benatar. Ben initially had the idea when he got out of here. He kind of felt the tumbling, and he initially wanted to reach out his influence and try to slow everyone's descent. But having hit his head kind of hard on the side, he was unable to focus on the magic. And then the next thing that Ben feels is you kind of planting your feet on the underside of this earth moat, and he feels the earth just kind of buckle under you as you're channeling, that psi powers that you have. Your main begins to kind of free flow against gravity, kind of going upwards. There's this purplish kind of expenditure of energy as you cast your psionic leap, and you very quickly, because I know you have like an insane, what is it, like it's 45 right now because you're in the daylight.
Yes.
So 45, 90, and then you can dash, so 180 feet, easy. Just
yeah, so I would
We are a lot of
and
weight.
if yeah, I think he would probably grab onto both of you, which would
Definitely reduce your speed for sure.
Now remember, you only have that hover for about 6 seconds, right? You're like gonna get there.
Right. So I think Carlos would probably be aiming not necessarily to get back to. It wouldn't have to be to go down to them and go back up where we came from, but like go grab them and then veer us towards maybe another moat
I love it. Okay, cool, cool.
lower to the side.
Yeah, with that 24, you did catch some other moats, and you do catch some other moats, and they were not going to be able to get within what you would kind of assume would be their like sphere of influence, but you're able to kind of catch them, and in a strange way, kind of look, turn, and with the strength that you have, just kind of and essentially throw your friends after catching them, and you see them kind of with a trajectory, and you're hoping you calculated it right as you kind of take care of yourself at the same time, and then you see Davis and Rock falling, and all of a sudden, and then they're Davis, and if Rock was conscious, he would feel it. Your stomach's kind of twist and turn, and then all of a sudden, you're just getting flung in a different direction as Taro successfully.
Nice.
Well, let's see if it's successfully. It's almost likely successfully. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
And when we get thrown, I want to make sure I try and angle so that I'll take the brunt of the hit so that Rock doesn't. Like I'll cushion him from the fall.
Fair. I'll allow that. Oh yeah, with a 19, easy. Oh yeah. And that Davis, go ahead and give me an athletics check at advantage, just to kind of twist it as Carlos gives you like a proper chuck. Oh, 20. Yeah,
Let's
easy.
go!
Like I throw you with enough spin that I'm like, yeah, their legs should be pointed down by the time it hits the ground.
Oh shit, that'd be sick. Yeah, we like full on predator arm grab and then.
Okay, yeah, I love it. Yeah. So like, yeah, there's this moment where it's a predator arm grab meets like when people are skydiving and trying to link up together, right? So Carlos grabs you, links up with you, and then just in a way kind of spins his body, spins you, changes your momentum, and you are flung to this other earth boat that Davis, you didn't even register because you were so focused on just catching, Rock and making sure in that moment. And then you just feel that shift and the gravitational suck, and then you get flung to the stone. And with that, yeah, Davis, I will allow you to essentially not like fully land on your feet because you don't want to break your legs,
Right, but cushion it.
kind of land, cushion it, and manage to like as gently as possible, get Rock to kind of boom, 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 and he just kind of skids and slides a little bit, maybe ending about 20 feet away from you at the end of all of this.
That was cool. Oh man. Whew.
I still don't know why you didn't have me carry one of those things if you're gonna carry Rock too.
Yeah. Impressive.
I don't think I knew I was gonna end up carrying Rock. I just caught him as he tumbled out.
That's fair.
All right, Ben, your senses kind of come to you after like banging your head. Cielo just continues to clutch onto Loon Loon. Al, Marb, what are you guys doing? What's everyone else doing?
Can I say, with when Davis and Rock fell, Loon Loon and Owl try to think about an action. Loon Loon hands off Cielo to Owl. Owl carries her and carries Cielo, and both are kind of watching Carlos. He's like, oh, yeah, he's got it. Okay, he's good. But there was at least a handoff. So I'd say Owl's got Cielo now. Loon's kind of floating nearby. Are we on the underside of a moat, or is there a way to
More on the
get
underside.
easier?
Yeah. You guys all kind of found your purchase more towards like, the bottom third, kind of once it starts to curve back under, so you're more like on the side and underside.
What even is up anyway, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like an opinion, man.
Exactly. It's a state of mind.
Yeah.
Okay, Ender.
Yeah, that's good.
Are we, this is probably stretching to the very end of it if it's still going, but would the bond still be going? Because we did at least a 10-minute rest of respite, for sure. And
Yeah.
then, I don't know.
I would say the bond is flickering in and out. You can feel it like the influence waning.
So then Davis might try and do a bit of a roll call, like, "Hey, how's everybody doing? Rock and I are okay, thanks to Cross. How's everybody else? You know, like basically like call in, report in."
You guys kind of feel it over the bond as Davis kind of reaches out to everybody. Marv was like, "I'm here, hanging on.
Good.
You guys okay? Okay. Yeah." And then Marv will start just kind of sliding down the side and just kind of figure out how to get to you guys.
Yeah, I'll just let out a loud whistle to let him know, let everybody know where you are.
How many people were within 60 feet of me?
Marv.
Right now,
Yep.
Marv, you, yeah, Marv and you, really, because Loon Loon and Al and Cielo are together, and then Karos, Davis, and Rock are about 200 or so feet away from you on another one. So just you.
Me or me and Marb?
You and Marv, excuse me. Sorry, you and Marv. Sorry.
Okay. I hit me and Marb with Featherfall.
Oh, okay. Marv says, "Fun," and he just kind of, "Let's go," and then just kind of skydive falls and kind of just angles his way over to the moat below where
Right, there
Davis.
were-
Yeah. All right, Ben. I'm assuming you're jumping off as well.
Yep.
All right. We'll say after about 15, 30 seconds, everyone else kind of gathers now on this other moat. Your perception of reality, or your perception of like what is up and down, is essentially like we were saying like true up and down. You guys are on the left hand side of it, so facing left. You're kind of at a 90-degree angle. Let's just say from what actually is going on.
I'll also over the bond. I'll be like, Magnus, Caden, you there? Can you hear us?
Hey, yeah, this is Magnus. Yeah, I've been trying to, we were not able to hear anything from you. What has happened? Where are you? Is everything okay?
Yeah,
I,
a bit farther away. We're not behind the door anymore. We're outside. We're amongst the floating bits of earth in Green Hill now. So we gotta regroup, figure out what we're doing.
okay. Great. Well, I guess we'll wait.
Yep.
We'll wait. We'll wait. Go, Magnus, we'll wait. Caden, we'll wait. I will wait. Lily, we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll see you in a little bit.
Got it.
And over the bond, you'll hear Caden saying, "I'm sure the effects are waning at this point. Safe travels. I look forward to understanding what you have accomplished." All right. So, can I get, unless you guys have anything else you wish to do, can I get group survival checks to see how well you guys are able to navigate down and find the path that you guys wish to take, and then we'll go on from there. As I'm assuming the goal is to make it back to the tower. I just need everybody that's participating to give me a survival check.
Assuming still no rock.
Rock would be the only one that's out, but do roll for Barb, do roll for Yellow.
It's yellow with -4. No, minus. No, he still has 1 level of exhaustion, I think, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. He does have one because he had
so
two.
he has
That's right.
-6 to his. But again, if you just roll it, it should do it.
All right, and I am here. I just need to check Mom.
And Al will share with the group if If we think we're really, really far, I've got one last way to get us there instantly, but it's the last one, last bit of energy I've got for the day. Been doing a lot already.
Oh, jeez. Oh, but
All
wait,
right.
I forgot Cielo has reliable talent. But I mean, that's still the minus will still come after.
Yeah. Okay. So we have 6, 27, 10, 23, 6.
Yeah, Davis looks around and sees like things sideways and upside down, and he's like, I don't know how to get where we're going. This is all insane.
Yeah. All right. So it takes a little while, especially kind of passing rock off between Loon Loon, Karos, and Davis to try to make sure Rocket gets down safely, especially with the additional burden of the 3 massive slabs that make up the teleportation circle as well. Um, After about an hour or so, you find yourselves able to at least make it down away from the Earth mode. Thankfully for y'all, Marb has navigated this area on his own quite a few times, and Cielo has a good memory and a good knack, though in a much, in a very highly fatigued and uh, weakened state. So it will be difficult to find the best path. However, you guys are able to start venturing kind of in the best way to uh, navigate back to where you wish to go. Uh,
I'll just kind of, as we were doing this, kind of ask the group, be like, hey, I think I don't think we can talk to them anymore. I think it's been too long, but now Caden said something about the effects should have worn off by now. Do you know what effects he's talking about? Anybody?
I just assumed he was talking about the bond.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
But hard to say.
All right. Lead the way out.
all right. So, kind of going back, you find yourselves, in that alien kind of landscape where there's earth above you, there's dust every once in a while kind of cascading down. The sun gets blocked and then returns by the thick clouds that seem to gather towards the bottom of these earth modes, kind of creating this layered dome effect inside. But there are some places where the sunbeams are able to kind of pierce through. Moving forward, doing to the best of your recollection, I will. You guys kind of work your way through, venturing through the various, thicknesses of the forest, traversing, where there is parts where there's crumbling ground that meets pools of water. You are. I guess my question is: are you guys going to try to take the most direct path to the same path as best as you guys can, or are you guys just trying to just get to the center again of town? Either recreate the path you guys took, or just go beeline for the center of town.
I'm leaving it to the trackers in the group.
Yeah.
I guess I would. It would depend on a combination of trying to the most direct route versus the safest route. Like, is there a compromise between the two, or
That's where you don't know per se, right? The route that you took, you kind of know you're gonna encounter we'll just call it the ooze fields, right? Where things are starting to get broken down and become their matter began to change and twist, and then you're gonna uh, eventually across the stone cable bridges where the stonework of the town was kind of threaded and made into these long cablings that resembled vines, and that's what you guys have walked on. And then Rock tried to make friend with a crab, and the crab split open and tried to buzzsaw his face off, right? So there's a lot of ways, but that's the one path that you know and you've taken, and you know it's fairly perilous, but you've managed to navigate it before. Or you could just try to take a new path because now you have an idea, at least go that way, and we might run into something different, but it's at least where the town is. I cannot tell you the right answer because there is no right answer.
Do we think, based on just the sun and where the center of town, like, we know we obviously, I presume we could see this is the direction we would go if we're just going to go dead straight to the center of town.
Yeah.
Use that with, like, where the sun is and everything and try to figure out, are we on a similar side? Like, would trying to find our old route waste more time because we're like, if you think of the city as a circle, are we at 9 o'clock now, but we came up on 6 o'clock the first time? Just
I get what you're saying. Okay.
trying to see if we're like, if it's even worth the effort of trying to go the same route or just.
Yeah, I respect it. Okay, let's do this real quick. I know what you're saying, and I need to visualize it as well. So we're gonna go over here. All right. So we will get our good old friend Pebble. So last time you guys were dropped off over here, and you guys kind of ventured a little. I'm using Pebble, so you dropped off over here, and you guys kind of ventured this way, and then you cut in. Go ahead and give me, and you guys can collaborate on this to try to figure out where you guys are located. I will say I'll allow the three of you to work together. You cannot help each other, but you guys can do different types of checks to try to more or less understand where you guys are now in proximity to where you guys started last time. So, survivals, perceptions, investigations, natures, you let me know what you guys think and we'll work from there. So I need three of you to participate in this.
Dang, Davis, if I'd have gone with Rune Carver, you're
That's
time
true.
for those cartographical tools advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know Davis has tools too, so I'm up. My survival and my cartographer's tools are basically going to be the same role. So
Okay.
whichever one, if you've got one that's better or worse for you.
Yeah, I have
Dave,
both
photographer.
cartographers and navigators tools, and whichever one would be more appropriate here. Because like I don't.
Ooh, you could navigate, and I could cartograph, and you could navigate.
Let's
Those
see,
were both
cartographer
real words that
tools.
Homer
Let's see, you
said.
add your bonus. Oh, never mind. Yeah, puts you a craft or trade cartography.
Yeah, so Davis, this would be, it would be both wisdom, regardless of which ones you're doing.
Yeah, there's navigator. I mean, it's the same, right? So.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
See if I can use my natural navigation and any sort of tools that
Yeah.
that we might have. There we go.
22 and 19.
And then Davis, yours should be, yeah, okay. That's pretty good. All right, and who else is going to maybe help?
I mean, Zar might still be one of the better ones to do it, even though he gets a -6.
Yeah, that's fine. It would just need to be some other check. So it can be like investigating around. It can be naturing to try to see the
investigation, I think.
All
Well,
right.
investigation, nature are the same. Let's just do
Fine.
either one. Yeah.
Okay, not bad. So overall successes. Yeah. So you guys actually ended up spitting out, and I will use Pebble now to show you where you guys spit out. Over here. Quite different. You're just kind of wanting to get to the center, essentially, is your best bet. So,
looking at the map and stuff, I guess Karos would proffer that we might as well just try to go straight towards the center, because we'd basically lose, with how rough the terrain is, we'd probably lose half or more of the day trying to get back to where we were. And the way that we took that way, it wasn't like it was easy. We just remember it.
mhm. All right, so this will come with its own little adventuring, right? Because now you're going in a new path. Davis, remind me, the 2 slabs is enough for you to move, but encumbered.
No, we said it was like just. I put them. I just said they like weighed 60 pounds apiece, which puts me just under like normal encumbrance.
I just couldn't remember. That's why. But if you're dealing with rock,
Oh, I wasn't. I
um,
didn't think I was
Well,
carrying rock.
because I can carry something too. I could either carry one of the slabs or a rock, or we could lash him to Loon Loon, or
that's why I'm just trying to, just keep in mind weight is, regardless of how you guys are doing this, weight's always going to slow you down just in general, because you guys, even if you're not cumbered, you're still dealing with awkward large slabs. You're dealing with a heavy companion that is essentially dead weight right now.
Right.
Um, so
Yeah.
keep in mind
Basically,
that
I'm
there will
capped
be.
before. Yeah, I can't carry rock. I'm capped already,
Yeah,
basically.
that's what I'm just saying. Keep in mind, DCs and adventuring and trekking through and exploring this unfamiliar portion is going to be a little bit more difficult, but you guys are capable. So,
Did Cars mention it would take the better half of a day?
well, Karis was guessing that it would take at least half a day to probably arc around the outside of the lake to get back where we originally started when we went in.
that's fair. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
a
allow
long
that.
route. Okay.
So if we just decide to go straight in, worst case scenario, if it's hard and takes a half a day,
Mhm.
like we're not taking half a day to get to where we started and then still have to make our way in.
Okay, so that's the long familiar route that we're not going to take. Okay, I will just throw in again. If we feel like it's too treacherous or take too long, and if we're going to rest when we get to the tower anyway, I do still have 1 teleport left in me.
Ah.
But this place seems pretty unpredictable, so it's hard. It's anybody's guess whether it's a safe route or not. But so far, so good, especially with your scouting skills.
All right. So the Crass Menagerie plans to trek a new path through the ruins and the earth moat of Green Hill.
I guess so.
So as you guys,
I said, yeah, I guess so.
yeah, sounds good. I love it. So as you guys kind of prepare yourselves, Loon Loon, essentially being Cielo's legs for him at this time, as Cielo is, you know, you can severely. You guys venture in, and can I get sense? We'll let Carlos lead this. Carlos, give me a D10. We're gonna figure out what biome you run into. This one.
Okay. Oh, 3. Nice biome.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Nice. Great.
Just labeled nice.
Nice.
Nice. Alright. So as you guys venture together, doing your best to carry the slabs and carry your friends and everything. Can I get for can I get Al and Ben? Can I get perception checks from you guys? And you guys aren't necessarily dealing with the weight and not necessarily dealing with finding the paths. Y'all have a time to kind of look about and kind of keep perspective and overwatch over everything. All right, so Al, you're just kind of focusing on following your friends and kind of keeping a close view of everything. Ben, you're kind of gazing further out, and something you notice as you kind of peer off, and your friends are focusing on the path. You start to see that some of the vegetation, the leaves, rather than drooping down, they're arching upward, and you kind of see and you kind of peer beyond, and you'll see that where there is condensation in some of the surfaces of of stone and vegetation, and even some rubbles and ruins. Did you see, like out here, there was some huts and there were some buildings and all. You would still be considered on the outskirts, but there may have been fishing shacks and um, milling containers and such like that to get product ready to be sent to some of the mills down the river and through the swamps to get processed. The little beads of moisture are trickling upwards rather than down.
That's unusual.
Marvin's like, what's unusual? I mean, what?
I point at the water, the condensation at least. It's going up.
He's like, oh, okay. Marble, grab a little stone off the ground, just kind of toss it. And you'll see as he tosses it, it kind of goes forward and it just travels an extremely long distance. It's almost like it gets caught and it doesn't know if it needs to go up or fall down. It just kind of stays aloft and just forward. Where you can kind of feel like the toss may have tossed it like 30 feet in front of him. The stone travels 200, 300 feet and then hits this tree and then bonks off to the ground. I can get, if you're proficient in either nature or arcana, you can give me a check. I will say the DC on nature is a little bit harder. Unless if you have something else that you guys wish to approach and try to figure out what's going on.
Do we have our first level stuff now?
The
Is that what,
the subclass stuff.
the chaos?
Yeah, okay. Yes, but you're not necessarily aware of it. So yeah, yours is passive. So yes, you do. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
was
I
not
imagine Davis doesn't.
Yeah, Davis needs to,
For
like,
one, I don't have any spell slots, right? Like they would all be expended, right?
they would be all expensive right now. Yeah. You would need to rest and train a little bit. And yes, that's correct.
The minus. Oh, that should be -2 on that as well. CLO should be a 21, not a 23.
Okay, so sorry, I am in the wrong window. Okay. Alright, so with the Arcana. Alright, so Cielo, yeah, okay, so it's cool. Actually, because of the increased DC and the lower, that's funny, you guys are figuring out. So this is interesting. It's not that gravity is reversed, it's that gravity is a lot lighter and looser here. And it seems to be pulling upwards more than down, and you kind of look then, and you kind of peer over, and it's because there is a massive earth moat over you, and it seems to have more of a pull, but it's not enough to like fling y'all upwards, but it's not enough to slam y'all downward. So think of it as like lowered gravity. So gotta agree with a good one. Everything here weighs half as much.
Oh, interesting.
And your jump distances and heights are doubled, and your movement speed is effectively doubled in this area because you're lighter.
Hot damn.
Okay. Well, you actually did roll a good one. Good job. Not
Yeah.
everything is bad here.
I don't lie to people.
Loon instinctively kind of brings up her wings and just kind of looks around a little bit.
Like, and she jets off like.
Yeah.
Whoa, tell her to stay close. Jeez.
She'll yip at Al to carry whoever she was carrying. I'm like, I can't carry Rock.
Yeah. So effectively, yeah. So the effect on this biome is. It's very similar actually to like Karos' Windswept Adornments, I think. But yeah, essentially everything weighs half as much weight. Your movement speed and jump are double.
Nice.
Oh, and technically, ranged attack and throwing attacks are always how do you say it? The minimum distance is the maximum distance. Like
Gotcha.
there is no max.
There's no disadvantage for long range, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys kind of start traveling, and then as you kind of some of you kind of gingerly step forward, and Lulu just gets forward. Yeah, you guys kind of feel it, and Davis, there's this big relief off of your back, and Carlos, as you're holding the
Nice.
slab. Right. You're basically moonwalking.
Boing.
Nice.
And that does actually increase your speed. So as you guys are traveling, because it does double it, we'll say, it does negate some of the more difficult having. So essentially, you are traveling at a faster speed as well. And this will, allow you guys to make good progress. As you guys kind of venture into this other section where it gets, the only thing that I need to state is that it starts to get pretty dark. And it's not so much that it's dark because, and Cielo will point this out with his nature check, it's not so much dark because the time of day, but it's this huge earth mode. This massive slab is just blocking out the sun. So it is pretty dark down here. There is natural light kind of making it through, but kind of from the ambiance on the outside. So if you don't have dark vision in here, it's pretty hard to see.
Oh, well, no, Ben, you've got your thaumaturge stuff if you want.
And then Marv doesn't care because Marv has blind sight. So just allowing you to kind of.
Is it that dark?
It's dark. It would be considered like nighttime under this area.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, because keep in mind it's as so. If you look up, as far as you can see around you, you are as you venture deeper into this low gravity section, which again it's not. It's two different forces of gravity, kind of almost equally pulling on each other. The stone is just blocking out the sky and the sun, so that's where it's just casting. You're under this massive shadow.
So been a look. Who doesn't have dark vision?
Just you and...
Rock, but Rock is unconscious.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Rock doesn't. Rock doesn't have any
I see.
vision right now.
Yeah, and I think Cielo technically doesn't, but I don't remember what his features were, if he took something that gave him.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't. Okay. Let me look.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has any dark vision.
Oh, he has the thaumaturge thing too, so he'll just do that.
Okay.
I'll use a charge.
So please mark off thaumaturges, one charge each. Grant yourselves dark vision. As Cielo's eyes glow that menacing red. What does Ben's dark vision look like? Because I don't actually know if we've seen you cast it on yourself since you got this feat. So I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, mine is going to be a hint of gray, and it's going to be more like night vision goggle-ish, where it amplifies the ambient light, but it's in the spectrum of green.
Very, very, very understandable. Cool. As you guys, continue venturing, going through, navigating the path, it's you seem to have found a pretty good path and something that is very easy to go on. After about another hour of travel, you start to see and hear the sounds of the actual, moving river / now crater, pond, lake, fly. You start to approach, and as you guys are approaching, the ground beneath you begins to. See, I will let. Ben, go ahead. Roll me a d10. For the number of death. Never give Japanese something no four. As you guys begin to kind of wander forward, Ben, something catches your eyes, and it's everywhere there is a town, everywhere there is a city, everywhere there is a village, there always tends to be a place where, unfortunately, those that pass away need to be placed and set to rest. However, here in this very strange biome, what you see is a very uncomfortable sight. You find bodies in various stages of decay, floating as they are caught between the two gravities of proper materia and the earth mode above. Some of these bodies remain encased in coffins. However, some the coffins have long rotted away, and you see loosely held bones with maybe just, you know, skin that has basically turned either to parchment or ligaments that have basically become like rope sinew, kind of holding it together. It's an eerie sight. It's an uncomfortable sight. As you guys, do you wish to venture forward, or do you wish to try to find another way around? As you see a few dozen that you can make out bodies, as mentioned, in various states of decay, kind of locked in this kind of floating state.
Well, I'll point out that's quite unnerving.
A lot of this is. Are we sure we know where we're going?
I'll look at Marb.
I mean, we're definitely heading in the right direction. I will say I haven't been here myself. This is kind of one of the times that I wish I was actually blind. Because this is spooky.
Well, I guess we keep going.
All right. You'll see that Marv just kind of instinctively kind of starts like crouching down, moves just a little bit slower, being a little bit more cautious with his steps. Um, if you are, uh, if you wish, whoever is focused on their surroundings, go ahead and do perception checks, or let me know what else you're doing. This is a chance for you to insert a skill check of some sort to help you guys navigate, or find clues, some hints, something. Let me know what you guys are thinking, what you guys are doing.
I'll bust out the navigator's tools again if you'll allow it.
Yeah, okay. Navigator's tool.
Which I actually
It's gonna
forgot.
be.
I technically have advantage. I think I have advantage on it if I'm using wisdom because of my totem.
Oh, yes, you do. If that's what your totem is set
Yeah,
to.
it's been wisdom like the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Which is
So wise.
usually pretty. Well, it's usually good for like perception and shit. So. 24 with navigator's tools, which would have been a. Oh no, I was 18 was first.
All right, I just need to see what everyone's doing. So we got a navigator's tool, perception. Nice perception check by Al.
I'll combine with my cartographer tools.
Cielo's a reliable
Oh,
challenge.
I'll roll perception in a
Crit
second.
City, baby. These maps don't lie, even when the land's in the sky.
Nice. All right. Cool. And what's pink? Pink is Mar for more
What's your
perception.
Nirvana?
Okay.
Is it 8? What's your. I forget.
What's that?
What's the Nirvana today?
7.
7. Okay.
No.
Sebin.
Damn.
All right, so mostly y'all are focusing on the environment around you, kind of perceiving, trying to see if anything catches you. Kara, if you've done your best with Davis to kind of use y'all's instincts and the tools at hand to try to plot the best course before you, using what best references you can from either old parchments or old maps of the area, looking at the environment around you. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to see the sky under this giant slab of earth moat and the clouds surrounding, but you guys are actually making pretty good pace, such in a way that yellow is not necessarily hindering you, having been so close, well, been dead, and so now recovering from that traumatic experience. Uh, and as you guys kind of venture, what was the highest percent?
20, you said?
20,
Yeah.
20 and 20%. Ben, as your friends, Al and Marv and Ben, as you guys are kind of walking through and seeing this, you will see that this was a proper burial site, and because of that reference, Carlos, you're actually able to reference it on the map, and you guys are on the outskirts of the town, and this would have been one of the hills that was used as a burial site for various individuals that were, denizens and members of the long-standing community in Green Hill. You even see Ben, you'll start to make out that there's even some, tombstones and other monikers to, denote where someone has passed that are, not in their proper position, but you can still see it. Venturing slowly forward, none of the bodies seem to be moving or reacting.
Thank
You guys
goodness.
kind of venture forward. As one of the bodies is kind of, is kind of suspended, and they're very, just by the flow, kind of like, how there's jet streams and stuff. There's almost like this natural kind of gravity tug of war. So they do ever so slightly bob up and down and kind of move almost like in this invisible current that you cannot see. But nothing reaches out or opens an eye and begins to go after you, and you guys are able to navigate carefully. And as you guys spend about the next 15 minutes walking through, leaving the dead behind you, you do start to see that 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 landscape before you, where the buildings look to be like smashed and smeared and speckled and imprinted and flattened upon different surfaces. You start to see the various roads that were twisted and gnarled and braided together, creating their own unique paths into what would have been the center and the heart of the tangled mess and the uneven construction that was the center of Greenhill. You have made it fairly quickly to the northern side of Greenhill, and your venture is to go to close to the center to find Magnus's tower, which you would only assume is still floating freely. Huh. All manner of oddities of creatures begin to come to your view and perspective as you have now left this large floating land moat behind you, as Davis and all of you start to feel the weight return. It was a nice reprieve for the time traveling, and then, joints start to bend and muscles begin to strain a little bit. But you've made it. Now you just need to, navigate your way carefully or quickly, or whatever you see Magnus in the tower.
This place sucks. I remember we said that before. It's still true. It sucks. I think we're close. Let's just get there.
Sounds good.
Working together to move quickly or quietly? What's the plan?
I think quickly. Well, Davis's votes is quickly.
Alright, moving quickly as you can. You guys find one of the braided streets as it begins to twist in and on itself and bend and merge with some of the buildings and some of the surrounding vegetation that was. You do your best to follow the path before you. Uh, you are aware that you are not alone here, as you do see the various creatures here that are in various different stages of mutation and change and exposure to the chaos realm. Though, as far as you can tell right now, they really need you no mind. They go on with their naturally unnatural lives, moving forward. Davis, since you said quickly, can I get a biome check for you?
Sure.
Only a D. Yeah, yes, sir. All right.
8 is great.
It is great. Crazy 8. Good old crazy 8. All right. So, as you guys begin to venture forward, the texture of the stone before you begins to become more defined, and you can see uh, sections and scale almost to it. It begins to kind of arch upwards, making it so you almost need to sort of climb a little bit, but it's not like a vertical climb. It has an incline, but due to the nature of it, there are plenty of handholds, and it's almost like exaggerated cobblestone in a way. And you're able to kind of find your hand and climb up. If you are doing it quickly, I need athletics checks, and I believe that's the case you guys are taking. So can I get athletic checks for everybody? I do believe a few of our players have parkour. They can use dexterity in place.
Yeah.
I would check Marb Yellow to make sure.
Cielo definitely does.
Oh, Marb is also on Lulu's back, so Lulu can fly if needed. So this
Cielo-
is more not. Yeah.
So Cielo would be just an athletics, but with dex, right?
Essentially, you are climbing.
Nice.
And also, Marb has the exact same one. Marb also has parkour. So he's able to do dexterity athletics, if you wish.
I'm assuming Luna can just carry Rock up.
Yep, that's what I'm kind of assuming has been going on.
And
Yeah.
Alright. Who else needs to roll?
I gotta roll here.
And I need Allegretto as well, unless because Yellow's focusing the. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Oh man, that's so close to greatness.
Yo.
Okay.
It's because you hit your die.
Get that shit out of here.
So,
it's funny that Al rolled great and Carlos rolled the worst, and they're about the same.
yeah, that is true. So, there's an interesting approach to this, as you guys are kind of working your way and kind of climbing a bit and kind of navigating and snaking your way through this. You feel there's parts where like the handhelds are, well defined, and you're able to kind of put your feet in your hands and kind of move your way up. But cars, the weight of the slab that is part of the teleportation circle, and just the expenditure of the previous encounters with the fighting and rescuing Davis and Rock from falling. It does. You're mortal. It takes a toll on you, and you find yourself kind of struggling and slipping. you do at one point find that there are these protrusions coming from that look like um, like 3 foot barbs that are, about the thickness of, what would be like a good example of thickness? The thickness of like, what, when you buy like a cantaloupe, how round a cantaloupe tends to be. They seem to be like as thick and round as a cantaloupe, kind of extending 3 to 4 feet from the surface, and you do kind of pull on one, kind of pulling yourself, and as you do, with your strength, you kind of pull, and you feel it kind of buckle and bend, and it snaps. And then all of you feel this shift in the ground as it goes from a resting kind of position and it wrenches to the right and kind of sways and moves all of you. Anyone that rolled below a 15 on their and Karos, because of the natural one, you also have disadvantage. But anyone that rolled, so we'll just say anyone that rolled a 16 or lower, we'll just bump it up by 1. Go ahead and give me another athletics check to hold on, or tell me what you're doing to try to not lose your footing or prevent yourselves from possibly being flung as the ground beneath you shifts.
Oh shit.
Nicely done. Natural 20, 24 by Ben. Okay, very cool. So I just need Karos to roll me another check and let me know what you're doing.
And you
As
said
you reached
that
for that
is
protruding barb, and your weight and your strength kind of snaps it. Oh wow!
Did you
He
say
said, "What?"
disadvantage?
Yeah, he's at disadvantage. Yeah.
Oh hell.
Okay. I would. What's funny is I was gonna bravura it, but I don't need to.
No. Okay, that's impressive. So, Carlos, it was just this momentary, this struggle, and then once the adrenaline kicks, as you feel the ground shifting, you feel it like your feet leave, and you just propel yourself using just some of that innate psionic energy that you have to kind of reach out and dig your claws into the side. All of you kind of hold on, and you see the ground begin to slither back and forth as seemingly what Karos did caused it pain or something. And then off to the distance, as you look, you see this the ground begins to kind of raise before you, and you see it begin to arch upwards, and now you start to see numerous of these spines kind of protruding and showing as these 3 foot to 4 foot long spines seeming projecting from this cobblestone raise up, and you see a head begin to rise up and kind of look, and you see a large limb begin to kind of go back and go, and it seems to be swiping backwards towards where you guys are. What are you doing? What would you like to know what's happening?
I'm charging the limb, so I'm gonna try and
Army?
like get rid of it. I want to disable it.
Okay. Give me, if you're proficient in nature, give me a nature check. Also, whoever's got proficiency in nature.
Anybody, not just me.
Yeah, anybody. Yeah. In this moment, you see Davis lunge forward. Yeah, Al's always proficient. That's true. Yeah, so Cielo and Al, it takes a moment, but like both of you kind of see this, and it's got long, extended fingers. They're not even. Like one of the fingers is much longer than the other, and the other ones are much shorter, and they have these clawed ends and everything, and the shape is a little bit extended and odd, and it's going back. And Davis, as you go rush to this limb that's kind of swinging by, um, it's vaguely reptilian in construction, as you can kind of see scales in that. And Davis, as you go to rush the limb, are you striking the limb?
Oh yeah.
All right, so Davis, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Okay. Yeah, no bonuses. Ooh, 30.
Yeah, You do, and this limb, like the hand is, there's this limb that's coming at you, the paw, the claw, or whatever you want to say. It's about 15 or maybe even more, 20 feet in length, and you stick it, and rather than slicing because of how it's coming, I kind of imagine you grabbing it almost like a harpoon and two-handed, just kind of jabbing into it as it's coming to
Oh yeah.
swipe at you. Yeah, you definitely hit. So go ahead. Mortal wound, d20.
Oh shit, I was gonna do Orcish Fury too, so that's an extra d20 then, right?
Yeah, because this is a weapon back. Yeah.
Not often you get to add 2d20 to your damage rolls.
Gargantuan things. Not bad.
37 damage.
You attack Marb.
Yeah. That's it.
Let's heal Marb real quick.
Did you apply it or something?
No, it says Marb minus 39.
Oh, did somebody apply it? I didn't apply it to Marb.
I didn't, but or is it just saying that that's what it's targeting? Did it not take it away from him? I don't
No,
know.
it might just be targeting him. If it's
Okay.
whoever's, it's whoever
Or
it's
set it in chat.
selected.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's just funny that it says Marb. Yeah, so you.
He is lower than I thought he would be, but maybe he didn't
Okay,
heal. I
so
don't know.
click.
'Cause, I mean, we did take a
Yeah.
respite, so he should have been pretty healed, I thought.
Yeah. So Davis, you stab into it, and as you stab, like it pierces, and you feel, it stabs in, but then it doesn't stick in. So you're able to pull your dinger back, and it just continues to reach back and swipe. And I need all of you to make dexterity saving throws, as this large paw, this large claw is like swiping.
Will I get my second attack, or do I dex save first or a second attack?
Dex save first.
And
See if you're able to
scars
stay
or no
on.
scars?
Technically scars, because I guess it would
Oh,
knock
maybe.
you around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So dexterity saving throws from everybody that is on the ground.
Let's
That's
go.
just nice. Is that 2 natural 20s? Okay.
Well,
nice.
mine was with advantage, but yeah. Does Cielo get advantage on dex saves for stuff? I forget.
No.
Okay, I
No,
wasn't
no.
sure.
Not a barbarian.
Well, no, I knew. Yeah, I didn't think it was like danger sense, but I thought he had something kind of similar.
Damn, all of you doing great. Okay. Not bad.
Oh, his actually should be 16 because it's -2 from exhaustion.
Okay, understood. So not bad. So as this paw reaches back, I think I just need Karos to roll me a dex save. That's the only one that I'm missing that I can tell. And Rock is obviously not doing anything. But I need one for Loon.
Okay,
Because-
thank you. I was gonna ask that. So she's carrying
Yeah.
somebody, but she's on the ground. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
is
not
she
like.
Is she on the ground?
I don't.
Past the
so
gravity. field.
I don't necessarily see her continuously flying, right? I kind of see her like flying, landing,
Okay.
kind of adjusting. But it's up to you. If she's flying the whole time, you just let me know.
I'd agree with the prior. More for scouting, more for like
Yeah.
transporting, catching up, delivering, but probably walking over half the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and give me that dex save for the Loon then. Not bad. Everyone. Okay, so everyone manages to save. And as you see this, and Davis, you're going to swipe. You're welcome to do it. But Cielo will call out, "That's a big lizard!" And then just kind of instinctively kick on Loon to get up and fly.
Okay, yeah, I'm taking it again.
Don't worry. Yeah, so it doesn't seem to react to you, a
I'm
swipe
just-
attack.
I'm just sick of stuff fucking with us right now, and I don't want to. I want
Yeah, no, I just
25.
5 pierces the hide. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dumping another Orchestria. I'm really fucking sick of this
That's
shit. I want
all-
to get the hell out of here. Actually, can I do it more than once a turn? Let's see.
I think you can.
Oh, yeah, it's just when you hit. Okay.
Yeah.
29 more damage.
Yeah, so you stab it, and this time you actually slice as the claw. It's like in the same area, and Davis, you kind of see it's like scratching the area where you guys were, and you slash at it again, and you manage to cut a little bit like into the scale, and it just kind of retracts and just does that. And that's when the Scalar calls out as a big lizard. And as all of you kind of shift and kind of move your weight, getting away from it, and you see its head, and you see its large, like under its jawline and this large frill extending downwards. Its head is caressed with different types of spikes and barbs, and you see that as its arm moves away, it was just reaching back and scratching at something that irritated one of its spines that broke it. This is a lizard or a gecko or an iguana or something that has just been hugified by the area, and it is just starts to kind of shift and just begins to kind of slowly like move as you guys were climbing it, thinking it was part of the floor and the stonework. What do you wish to do? You're going to stay on this thing. You're going to have another dexterity saving throw to not get flung off.
So what are our other options, right? We have, because
You tell me. You are on an enormous creature that is like slowly just trying to like shake whatever is irritating it off. Like like when you're a dog and like a flea gets on it, it's trying to scratch. That's kind of what it's doing to itself right now.
right, but what else, like pathwise, do we have as options?
You can continue to try to run along its back to find a path. You can continue. You can try to slide off and find a new path. You can fight this thing if you wish to. Right now this is the majority of the path before you. It seems to have been sunbathing or something, and you guys disturbed it.
Does it seem to be moving in the appropriate direction, like where we want to go?
It's not so much moving; it's just shifting and it's just trying to rotate and just trying to get whatever the irritation on it off. Like, and Davis, I will give you this: it didn't even call out when you stabbed it, so it looks like you just maybe annoyed it
Yeah,
more than
it
it.
doesn't seem to be super. Davis is super annoyed right now that he's just like, all right, where are we going?
What do you guys wish to do?
Cielo can
Map.
try and
Around it.
scout. Yeah, you say go around it.
Slide off.
What's that?
Okay, go around it, so you're gonna slide off of it.
Oh wait, we're on its back.
Yeah.
You are on it. Like, yeah, that's what you're.
Oh, okay.
You were thinking it was like cobblestones and like it was extended stonework, and you just kind of climbed up on it. So just imagine like you're on the center of like the back of the tail, like the front end of the tail, like where the tail meets the butt, essentially, right? The spine. You're like sitting there, so like the tail behind you is kind of whipping back, and it was just with its claw trying just to scratch a flea off of it itself, basically.
I'll just.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna just stare at like Ben and Alan and be like, "Do you guys have any way to get us back to Magnus faster than this? This is not."
All right, since you guys are discussing, I need another dexterity saving throw as this thing is shifting, trying to knock whatever is off of it on it off. Not too bad.
Oh, -2 on Cielo's again. Sorry.
That's okay. Hey. Oh. Karos, Ben. Karos, Ben. So I think I still need a marble. And Lunlun could have taken flight if you wanted to. All right, and then
Can I do that instead?
yeah, you rolled. Yeah, you should ask.
No. She
You
thought
rolled.
about it. She stuttered.
Yeah. Karos, Ben, Lunlun, and that means Rock as well. As it's kind of shifting and you guys are kind of discussing what's doing, it does like a quick little jerk, and the four of you are flung off of this thing's back, and you guys go toggling down. Taking, I'll do it in here so you guys can apply it to yourselves. Oof, not nice. 17 points of bludgeoning damage as you guys get flung and kind of impact on the ground. Ugh. And you just feel it start to kind of shift a little bit as your friends are holding on. Davis grabbing onto one of the other barbs, kind of holding on to its scales.
I just kick it with my foot. I know it doesn't do anything. I just kick it.
Yeah, doesn't even notice you.
Oh, for sure.
there's like dust and dirt is kind of just being kicked up a little bit as it's just it's a large creature. It's not doing anything aggressive. It's just
Yeah.
moving and shifting, and you're so small and insignificant that you're just getting flung around.
I'll also just let go and slide off to join them.
Okay, Davis, as you're holding on, you kind of peer off to the distance before letting go. You see a structure about 300, 400 feet away, your best guess, that's rotating and shifting, kind of breaking over some of the buildings, and you let go.
All right, thank God. I think I found it, guys. And then jump down.
All right,
I guess yellow will jump as well.
that's fine. Yeah, just yellow, kind of sliding down, finding his way down. You guys all gather in group, recovering yourselves, dusting yourselves off. Those of you that were thrown around. Loon kind of impacted a little bit, kind of giving you a smaller, but it's okay. Gathering yourselves. Make sure Rock also took the 17 points of impact damage.
Oh, I'll mark it.
Danga.
Gathering yourselves. Davis seeing the path before you. So Davis, I need you to roll me a survival check to navigate your friends for this final stretch. You are the one that saw where you guys need to go.
Thank God for my totem, because my wisdom ain't that hot. Okay, nice. 15.
Yeah, recently seeing it, just kind of peering over. Like I said, it's about, your best guess is about 400 or so feet that you got to kind of navigate through this slightly, destroyed landscape. And the strangest feature is, again, all these buildings were flattened like paper and then smeared upwards along, stretched for incredible distances or, compressed into small little compact sizes. And you guys kind of move together with Davis carrying it. And as you guys are approaching, because all of you have a high enough passive perception, pretty much, you hear the sound of as you guys peer up and you see the little mad shits.
Chaos shits.
Yep. Still latching on and getting zappified as they try to break into the Magnus's tower.
Hey, Magnus! We're here!
As you say that and call out, shit. I wasn't expecting that. Fun. Hello, Magnus, we're here.
'Cause I know he's got, forms on the outside that can help us get up, and I know it's not easy, so.
Yeah. But you drew attention to
That's
the
fine.
shits. I know, right? Davis is just fuck it. I just want to cleave through some stuff. Let's go back to the tower map then. There it is! Alright, let me kind of clean this up just a little bit. We don't need this on this layer. Is it gonna let me? No, it's not gonna let me. Why are you being difficult? Alright, give me 1 second, guys. Trying to grab... Okay, let's move Magnus over here, Caden over here. GM layer. Okay, that's out of the way. E, that was turned into an R. Move that out of here. That's the rocket token we don't need. Keep that layer. Hey, this is the symbol of all of reality covered by chaos. Hey, it's like this. Alright, we'll just put these guys up here. Alright, Davis. As you call out, say, hey, Magnus, you see that a number of these mad shits that seemingly just come and apparate out of nowhere from time to time turn their head at your calling out. Let me just adjust the tower a little bit. There we go. Oh, so much better. Okay. It's in a different state. There we go. And they leap, slathering their lips, leap off the tower as they can sense your magical items and your magical selves. And
If I can, before they get to me, I don't know how much time I have. I'm gonna use my second charge of Redeemer to give myself the 25 temp HP and literally run towards them and try and soak up the hits.
Okay. Interesting idea. So we'll do that. So Davis, you'll get to act immediately, and then we'll get into initiative as your friends get to react to what you're doing. So Davis, go ahead and
Tired of this
first.
shit.
All right.
It's only a
And
weak ass level 5 Hega armor bag. This.
got you. So, they consume magic. I need to find their stat card again. What was it? Oh yeah, they hit you and they get to try to take spells away from you. That's what they do. Okay. So Davis, as the first one jumps towards you, and you are obviously much larger than this thing. Things are
Yeah.
tiny, and you're not tiny, but just for the sake of the map, it leeches on and just kind of grabs in and just begins to press into this wreath of fire upon you. It is going to attempt to consume your spell as a 5th level spell.
Yep.
Nope, not with its bonuses. I don't know why I had Mark selected. So yeah, as it leeches in, it tries to just, absorb your spell, unable to do it, so then it swipes at it. I have the bonuses off to the side. That probably hits.
If it's +4 or higher, then it does.
Yeah, it's at least +4. I need to pull it up. Where is D&D? I remember the creature that I use as a base, so it's pretty easy for me to find what I need. That's not how you spell that word, Adam.
Spell Adam? ADAM.
No. Yeah, it is +4. So yeah, it swipes. Does it breach into your barrier?
Yep.
All right. So you would take actually rolling d20 or not d20 and
Found
take.
it, yeah. We lost Ben in
Oh, did we?
February and
Oh.
20.
Okay, did you say something?
Yeah.
Ben.
Oh yeah, in Discord.
Oh,
Maybe internet
he's
issues or something.
maybe. We'll take a gander here in a second. All right. So you take 6 points.
Okay, so they take
It
25.
is obliterated. As it swipes, then it pops like a magical little zit. It didn't. Oh, and because we're gonna see how much magic it was able to consume, if anything, roll me a. How would I want to do this? Roll me a d10, and we'll see what the equivalency of how much magic it had been able to consume off the tower.
Ooh.
So 10 is actually the best roll because it's 0.
Okay.
This one not able to eat anything. So it does not death throw, it just pops. I'm just going to click that over here. Alright, what's everyone else doing as Davis kind of rushes forward and he's got the attention of these little mad shits? And Ben looks
actually,
like
well, knowing that I can do the line thing, I might actually also just not immediately now because I know there's action economy, but like more start to set up to get them in a line, not necessarily trying to run at them as much.
Got it. Alright. I mean, I think it's pretty easy. Marb will just kind of shift to the side and pew pew at one.
Yeah, Cielo, same thing. Just fall back and start ready to take aim and shoot whenever they can.
It's just free turn order, so just go ahead and
Yeah, sure.
I'll go ahead and pew pew for Marb so Al can think what he's doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Normal roll. Yeah, that thing's probably dead.
Yeah, Cielo
Damn
with a
it.
23, I'm sure kills anything. Like, I don't think I should even roll damage.
I mean, they're not.
I mean, with his sneak
They
attack, is
have
what,
it.
8d6 or something? So, but
Why would? It's not a sneak though. He's not hiding.
oh, sorry, I meant to say he hid first. I was saying that he rolls back, bonus action hide, and then do his thing.
Okay, got it. Roll it just in case, because Marb's first attack doesn't just pop one of these things.
Okay.
And Marb hit the second one. Okay, yeah, he
Yeah,
sneak
I was
attack
gonna say
pops.
several 6s in there, so yeah, 30 on the sneak attack.
a d10 for the one Cielo killed, and I'll roll a d10 for Mark killed. Just a first level spell. So no one's in that explosion radius.
Oh boy.
That would be 5th level. Davis is definitely in the radius.
Yep.
Cielo wouldn't, and no one really rushed forward, so we'll just say Davis is in the radius.
Sure.
So it's 5d10 plus 5th level.
Oh boy.
That's a big roll.
Some pretty big rolls.
Yeah, so as Cielo fires and it kind of wisps your hair, your orange hair kind of wisps as it kind of shoots through, and then it's squarely, you see one of these ones just kind of leech and lunge for you, and then all of a sudden, and it begins to buckle in over the arrow, and the arrow gets absorbed into it as it black holes itself in, and then Davis, you know what's coming as this little bead of energy light begins to build. You get pushed, not physically pushed, but you get blasted for 37 force damage.
Well, there goes all my temp HP.
Oh, or you can give me a dexterity saving throw. See if you get half. Sorry.
And it is not scars, I assume.
No stars, just straight up damage.
Alright, here we go.
And this is where change can happen. Yeah, all right, Davis, you do that. All right, Davis. Actually, I want everybody. Karos, Al, and Davis. Roll me 3. Each of you roll me a d10, as other ones are close to the explosion, so they're gonna chain off of each other. Yay!
Oh yeah.
Chain explosions. That one's gone. That one went poop.
You want me to do one more, you said?
Yeah, you do one as well. Because they were all in that radius, so they are all gonna. Oh, there's Davis, you're just gonna get exploded on. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, okay. Well, 0. Okay, so 1 doesn't explode for anything. 1 explodes for a 5th level, and the other one explodes for a 3rd level. Okay. So Davis, you take 5d10.
It's been a while since I've used my Relentless Endurance, so maybe today's the day.
Alright. So I need 2 dexterity saving throws from you, Davis, as you were the only one within range.
So nope.
You take
Yay!
Hey.
and you take 9. So
Nice,
32
41 total. Yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bloodied, but I'm like still up.
Good. Alright, so as this cacophony is boom, 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 now with that explosions and you calling out, you see one of the gargoyles, just the head apparatus, like, why are you making... Come on in! And you'll see as one of the exterior balconies begins to elongate and stretch, and it almost forms into like a winding, twisting kind of, almost like a staircase, but it's made up of what material he has about. So it's almost like the railing folds over and comes down, so it's like a ladder slash stairway, but it's kind of only got one rail on the side.
It's not Ocean Plant.
Not OSHA, yeah, but it manages to do it. Loon doesn't necessarily need to climb, but you guys are free to climb, and the rest of the matchits, having seen their comrades explode, seem to be more focused on just focusing on the tower right now. They're not interested in their demise. So, with that, you guys are able to kind of navigate, move yourselves, making your way, and once everybody gets on the balcony, the balcony itself, that little railing begins to like curl up and move up and swoop you guys, kind of almost scoop you guys onto the balcony. As you do, Cielo sees the little window and the lock is on the door, and then the lock winks and it unlocks before him, allowing y'all to enter, not having to pick it.
I could
And
have
as you
gotten
guys,
it. I could have gotten that one.
Yeah. So as you enter, you guys feel that distortion of like time and not time, sorry, of like actual space, right? And you guys are gonna feel that moment of, oh god, this is weird, and then the door, the balcony closes behind you. You guys made it. Why are you guys coming from out there and not from the door? What happened?
Magic, baby.
Yeah. Who knows?
Okay. Well, Magnus is glad to see you. I think I speak for Cade, and I think speak for Quilly, because well, Quilly can't speak. Sorry, Quilly. Welcome back. Um, you guys look
Like
kind
shit.
of
We look like shit.
yeah. And then you'll see as he says that, Caden kind of peers over and then sees that like Rock has been kind of
Oh
you know,
yeah, he's.
and then Caden rushes over to his friend instinctively, and we will take a break.